Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves.
Welcome back, everybody, to Near Mint Condition, and today we're going to be taking a first-hand look at DC Finest Green Lantern, the defeat of Green Lantern. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Once again, welcome back, all you Minties. I am Dom of X, and today we have another one of these first looks for the DC Finest trade paperback line, and that is, of course, the first installment of their Green Lantern run, The Defeat of Green Lantern. But if you are here, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you are brand new, click on that notification bell so you know every single time I upload, or Omar uploads, or anybody else on this channel uploads. Got a lot of cool content coming in from you. We got a lot of cool content coming out for you guys, and JSA will come in later as well. Until then, we do have DC Finest Green Lantern, The Defeat of Green Lantern by John Broome, Gil Kane, Joe Giella, and Gardner Fox. Here is a look at the front of the cover. This is the cover to issue number 25, the issue where Star Sapphire unmasks whoever the Green Lantern may be. Here's a look at the spine. As you can see there, Green Lantern, The Defeat of Green Lantern, 1963 to 1965 for the years, with Gil Kane, Hal Jordan looking all weird. Here is a look at the back of the book with the years 1963 to 1965 highlighted, featuring stories from Green Lantern issues 19 through 39, Flash 143, and The Brave and the Bold issue number 59. This is, of course, retailing at $39.99, like the other DC Finest have, and this also comes in at 600 pages of content. Let's take a look inside. Say, look at the inside of the spine with a cover that also features one of my favorites, Tom Kalmaku, somebody that I was introduced to in the Jeff Johns era of Green Lantern, Hal Jordan's most trusty supporting characters. As they look at the inside with the copyrighted material and the table of contents. Table of contents preferencing that all stories are penciled by Gil Kane and lettered by Gaspar Saladino, unless otherwise noted, just like The Flash, who would have known. Julius Schwartz is the original editor of the series, and they have done another phenomenal job with the hex color and the design of the trade paperback. And of course, they also do have the content warning for those who are unaware. Yes, this was published in the 1960s and will contain a lot of outdated material, and as of the case. So I found this specific trade paperback of Green Lantern interesting because they decided to start this at issue number 19, which is aptly named The Defeat of Green Lantern, featuring Tomar-Re and the very, very interesting character Sonar Beto Woladan. Character that I have seldom seen in most comics. He did appear in Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, so that is how I knew of him. Johns obviously takes a lot of inspiration from this, but Morrison also did, but that's not what I'm here to talk primarily about. I'm trying to get you guys hooked on the series as well. What Julius Schwartz did to Flash, he also did the same for Green Lantern, gave Green Lantern an updated costume, and said we need to revitalize the character in and of himself as well. So in that same fashion and format, Green Lantern was also rebooted under the pen, and this time we have ring-slinging Hal Jordan, the most undefeatable Green Lantern. Again, I grew up in the 2000s comics, and my exposure to Hal Jordan was willpower, can overcome fear, you can overcome yellow, you can be bigger than yourself. Not so much the case over. But yes, this volume does feature a heck of a lot of team-ups and some characters that will be influential in later on runs. I know that some people will say, well, Hal Jordan is as boring as a shoebox, he's boring as box bread, all of these different things. And I think to some extent I do agree, because I think the other Lanterns have more intricate personalities. I think Hal, for the most part, does have a really cool world around him. And even in this world where it's a lot more grounded and it's not the space army adventure that I was experiencing in Jeff Johns' run or the space cop procedurals in Grant Morrison's run, there is, I think, a lot to be had with this as well. John Broome does a pretty fantastic job getting to introduce to you the characters in this title, and it might not be as fun as Flash. I definitely had a lot more hiccups and stoppages with this run, because I'm just not used to Silver Age Green Lantern, but it is fun in and of itself as well. There's lots of dates the hell goes on, and there's a lot of familiar faces, and those familiar faces are actually what kept me inside of this book for the most part. Hector Hammond, who shows up in the first couple of issues of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, makes an appearance here. And very much, again, like that same Hector Hammond, I felt like was also in this book. You have characters such as the JLA also showing up in this book, including Lucas Carr, connected to Snapper Carr, and a different tattooed man, not the same tattooed man that Jeff Johns put in his run in issue number 9, where he and Batman have to go stop him. But this is a tattooed man that does appear nonetheless. It's Abel this time. It's not the other one. And again, very much interesting characters do show up in this title. This book also does feature the backups. This is one thing I forgot to mention in the Flash first look that I did not too long ago. And by backups, I do mean they do have backups in some of these stories. You can see there in issue 21. There's 2 stories. They also include the back matter material in these as well, which is nice. They did the same for Flash. And it's really cool that they did that, because I think some people, whenever you try to talk about mapping, it also does question the case. Where do you put that in the case of the respective title? I'm really, really glad that they decided to add those here, because not adding them would have been very much, I think, a big, big mistake. This also does include, like I said earlier, the Flash team up. Flash also does show up in Green Lantern, because it was also written by the same writer who was writing Flash at the time. That is none other than John Broome. So these two had a lot of back and forth between each other, lots of interactions. And the main part with this is that this would be pretty much the template for what these two would be later on in DC. I feel like it's impossible to have not a World's Finest or a Brave and the Bold team up of Barry and Hal or Wally, Kyle, whoever the characters might be that are helming those mantles. I think it's impossible now to publish something a year without those two doing a team up. Jeremy Adams did one recently. But the thing that Silver Age Green Lantern has, that I think in the same way that we have Carmine Infantino fashioning up himself and his fancy in the Flash, Gil Kane is a master at storytelling. You can tell that he has a penchant for not only the intricate beauty of the worlds that he's drawing in the same way that you have the Flash running around quickly and super fast. The weird expressions that Gil Kane has on top of the shooting, the action, the cuts, the Green Lantern ring action, I think is what has kept me involved reading this back to back. I mean, how can you not like this? I think that Hal getting the yellow, like with the weakness being yellow, sort of treated as a joke, and I can't take the image off of All-Star Batman and Robin in my mind, where Hal is being cornered by Batman because he got Peyton in a room, and he's weak to yellow. But there are a lot of fun stories in here that I think you guys would enjoy. You got dinosaurs, and also, like I said earlier, a lot of influential parts to the Johns and Morrison runs of Green Lantern. I had a friend who was recently reading season 2 of Green Lantern. I couldn't help but stop thinking, Were any of these bits inspired by this Green Lantern run? And to my surprise, yes. There was one particular story that inspired a bit of Grant Morrison's run that is also collected in here. It's issue 26, of course, where we do get the famous unmasking, as you saw in the cover, to Green Lantern and Star Sapphire, unmasking him. A character pops up by the name of Mirwidden, and it's a very unorthodox name, but he does show up in the first part of Grant Morrison's Green Lantern comics, or I should say season 1 of Morrison's The Green Lantern. These stories are wild, they're science fiction, it's high top level. Can we imagine constructs in a way that had never been introduced before to DC? And this volume has a lot of it. Now, as far as mapping is concerned, because that is the other main thing that I wanted to talk about as far as this volume is, it is very interesting that I think that they started off with issue 19 and left it off with issue number 39. I'm interested to see where they go and decide to put the Green Lantern issues next right after this, because as of current, we don't have any DC Finest Green Lantern coming up in the next year, so 7 months without a Green Lantern title. Will they ever collect Wolfman Green Lantern in this? Are they going to ever go back to Alan Scott and collect those certain issues of Green Lantern? Do they consider him one of the wielders? I know that the current Green Lantern scribe, Jeremy Adams, has considered Alan Scott a Green Lantern, even if he is so different. But it's really nice that they included the Flash and Brave and the Bold issues here. Also, the Dr. Light appearance. Where can we ever go wrong without you, Arthur? This is a very interesting collection, and I'm very interested to see where they decide to go on with this next, because I can't imagine that they'd immediately go to the Johns run that is readily available. I think this is probably the easiest way that you can get the Kyle Rayner stuff reprinted if we are never going to get a Compendium 1 or 2 or 2 after 1. And a lot of people love the Ron Mars run, so I think if they had any reason to input the Kyle Rayner by Ron Mars trade paperbacks they never decided to publish, I think this would be the perfect spot to go to next. So you introduce a little bit of the Green Lantern lore and the Silver Age stuff that, again, inspired 2 runs that I love. And where do you go from there? I think you go to Kyle Rayner next and say, hey, this was DC's most favorite Green Lantern of the 1990s. Apologies to all the Guy Gardner fans out there. I think that's where you go to next. But that, as they say, is that. Now, if you're looking to buy the Green Lantern Defeat, check out our sponsors.
BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website, bdcosmos.com, offers 25% off your order of over $99 or more, and free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $200 or more.
Their shipping care is exceptional. Your books will stay cozy through the rough Canadian weather and arrive to you in near mint condition.
After checkout, let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers.
Don't be afraid to call or email them. Ask them questions. Their staff is always happy to help guide you towards the right purchase. Visit their website, bdcosmos.com, for more. BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Eh?
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that's going to be it for me in this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are planning to pick the Defeat of Green Lantern up. That is going to be it from me. I'm Domovex. You be you. Take care. Stay fresh, Minties.